how I got out of the hood mentally, right? Because I choose to be here, but I can be somewhere else. Beautiful Friday morning here in New York City. Wanted to make this video to talk to you guys about something very important. Choose your pain. What does that mean? Well, think about it. Like you guys saw, I've been reading this book, The Wisdom of Insecurity, and something that it's been helping me realize is in order for us to feel joy, we must also feel pain. And I feel like regardless, you know, if that's the rule, if we're gonna feel pain regardless, we might as well choose it. We might as well choose the pain that we want to feel so that we can then feel our joy afterwards. Tony Robbins talks about choosing a pain could either do you want to feel the pain of regret or do you want to feel the pain of discipline? So now I'm up creating a video choosing to feel the pain of discipline rather than the feel of regret. So that's what today's about, is choosing discipline and using this momentum to help propel me into the 2020 that I want to have. Choosing my pain. Whew. Another beautiful morning in the projects of New York City. Gotta love the pigeons, gotta love the pit bulls, the dogs, the people, the diversity, the energy. It's about 9, 10 a.m. Going to get some Dunkin' Donuts, some coffee to start off the day right. Let's do this, guys. Hi, how are you? Can I get a large iced caramel macchiato? Coffee. Yeah. Now, I gotta admit, coffee was never something that I felt like I needed to have in order to work. But as of recently, I feel like, you know, it's just something that helps me get super focused really, really fast. And also the action of getting coffee helps me get in that stage of like, yo, I gotta focus up, I gotta get to work. And also the energy is nice, you know? It's all about getting in that space. In that mental space so that you can crush it, whatever that means. Either that's working out, you know, I feel like it's different for me every day. I kind of usually wake up and I know what I need, and today that's coffee. So this is where I live in the projects, as I keep saying. Obviously that's one of this video. I've been living here for about 8 months. Before that I was living in Cooper projects. I was living there for about 15 years. So I've always been in the projects, and something that I never knew was something that I wanted to escape. You know, it was always just home. I never knew anything of better. But, you know, the schools that I was in, the people I was meeting online through video games, it was all very eye-opening to what the rest of the world was all about. So, you know, as my career went down and I got better at what I did, I got to experience different neighborhoods, different communities. So obviously, you know, living in the hood is great. I think it's very humbling. I think it's, you know, I love the people. However, feeling stuck in a location sucks. Fuck. Feeling stuck in one place sucks. You never want to feel stuck. You always want to, you know, feel like you're choosing to be there. If you're feeling like you're choosing to be there, you're in a good mood. If you feel stuck, you're in a bad mood. Nobody wants to be in a bad mood. So, how do you get that mentality? How do you get to the place of where you choose where you're at and you don't feel stuck? That's called hustle. It's called hard work. So, what is hustle? What is hustle really? I feel like everybody talks about hustle, but what does it actually mean? Hustle to me means, you know, having that mindset of anything is possible if you put your mind to it, and being able to put the work in to make it possible. As you guys can see, my room's a mess, and it's because I'm all about that hustle. I'm all about putting that work in order to get what I want to happen, right? I don't care if it's a mess. It's all about that work, baby. Obviously, I should be putting in the work to clean it. And that happens every now and then. So, what do I do? Why am I talking about this? Well, 21 years old, self-employed. I live here because I choose to. could live somewhere else, but I choose to be here in New York City. Obviously, the rent in the projects is a lot better than everywhere else in New York City. So that's really hard to pass up. And one of those things where it's like this whole matrix mentality, this whole Plato's cave mentality. You know, you're in a location. If you knew that there was a better location, would you want to be in that location? I don't know. It's up to you. A lot of people don't want to put the work in to be in that other location. Christine, I got you coffee. The reason why I want you guys to listen to me when I talk about this nonsense of like motivation, starting from the very bottom, because like, okay, anybody can talk about it. So many motivational people talk about it on YouTube, but I'm actually here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people talk about it, but they're so far removed from the actual process that like you don't really believe them. So I really beg you, please believe me when I say hard work pays off. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help, because here's how I did it, right? So when I first started on my journey, I was living in the projects, was a bad student in school. So I really didn't have many options. I just played video games all day, and I had a job that I was obsessed with because I love the idea of money. Some of you are obsessed with the idea of money too, and that's why you know that there's a better lifestyle that you can live, but just getting there is a lot easier said than done. And so the way I did it was I realized, okay, if I'm spending this much time, and this much time on things that I say I need to do, when I take time off or when I'm slacking off, what am I really doing? Right? Because that time that I used to slack off is what's going to help me get to the next level, because these are things that I have to do. These are things that I have to do. These are things that I have to do. Unfortunately, for example, school I have to do. When I was there, I had to go to school. I was in high school, right? That may be something else for you. Working I had to do just because, you know, I had to support my family. That's something I had to do. Eating and sleeping, things that I have to do. However, what am I doing on my times off? And what I realized what I was doing on my time off is I was coming home and I was playing video games all day. For you guys that might be hanging out with friends that you really just don't really want to be around, you know, that, you know, just hanging around and wasting time isn't, you know, it gets old really, really fast. Sometimes, you know, I try to grab my friends. I'm like, yo, like, instead of wasting time together, why don't we just come together and start a business, start a company, okay? And so that's the mindset we gotta have. It's like, what am I doing on my time off, and how can I use that time to invest back in myself so that long term, a year from now, I can turn this little side hustle that I'm working on into a main hustle. The next step is what you need to do is realize, what am I good at? Okay, am I good at cosmetics? Am I good with people? That will help you realize what role or what position you want to step into to then try to monetize it. I realized I was good with people, which meant I'm good with sales. I'm good at selling people stuff. I'm also good with on camera, and I'm also good at video editing. And the only reason why I'm good at video editing is because I'm a naturally creative person. And I realized through that, like with playing video games, you know, in playing video games, you have to come up with creative strategies to, you know, outplay your opponent. So what I did was, I was like, okay, I want to become a YouTuber. So I taught myself how to video edit. I was good on camera, all that stuff. And then I used that skill set of video editing into, okay, I can video edit for other people. Now, I know this process for me is very specific, which is why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to show you guys how I got out of the hood mentally, right? Because I choose to be here, but I can be somewhere else. I just don't want people to feel stuck. I don't want people to feel like they have no other option. If you're choosing to be here like I am, that's great. But I want you guys to have a choice whether or not you want to leave or come back. Don't feel stuck, because that negative energy of feeling stuck or feeling forced is super, super toxic. If you guys have any questions about any of it, please let me know, okay? I'm here to help. This is, you know, we're building a community to help each other, a community of hustlers. I hope that made sense. I know this video is very all over the place, but just I'm trying to bring it all around, trying to make this make sense as much as possible. When living in the projects, when living in a neighborhood or a situation that you feel stuck, trapped, it's important to know that there are ways out. It's important to know that's not all that exists. You deserve whatever you want. You can have better if you choose to put in the work, if you choose to do what it takes, okay? Anything is possible if you put in the work. The question always comes down to, how badly do you want it? Because if you want it badly enough, you'll make it happen.